My name is Brian Hogg. I am the creator of Moss Puppet. I built this fine naked gentleman. I perform him. I write, film, and edit the episodes as well. I'm hijacking the end of the show here today and for the next few days because I have a request. See, I don't have a job currently anymore, and I kind of need a new one, or some work anyway, so what I thought I would do is impose upon you fine people, my very excellent audience, to see if any of you out there would actually like to exchange your money for my services. Now, the main and most obvious service is, of course, going to be puppet building, and I, of course, can do some kind of cool puppets. I know how to use scissors and thread, and I know how to plug in a glue gun, too, which is good, and I have the scars to show for it, because it takes a real man to get scarred by glue, despite what you may have heard. So if you need any kind of custom puppet work, either for your own personal interest, to scare small children, if you're making a television pilot that needs some puppets, or a theater production, or for anything really, let me know. I would be happy to set you up with me, platonically, of course, not like a kind of thing, but in a professional capacity, set you up with me as that kind of person for that service. As well, any kind of video production, I can do that. I'm a very capable videographer, for example. I am aware this button right here both starts and stops the video camera. So, skill set, right? Also, I do graphic design and motion graphics. I do all the titling for the shows that I do. While Moss Puppet is a static titling, Jobzo and Dot Boom, a show I used to do, is very much more dynamic. Their sequences, and fairly well received. As well, if you need a writer, I am told I am both capable and mildly funny by some people. The people who don't say I am those things, I don't talk to. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't exist. So as far as I'm concerned, everyone who does exist thinks I'm an okay writer. Also a performer, as a voice artist, perhaps if you need someone who has a good range, I have a good range. I also have nice hair, but that's not a skill, although it's nice hair. So that might be something. If you can use that in some capacity without cutting it off, then I'm happy to entertain that possibility. If you need someone to make a web show for you, or possibly a television show, almost by themselves, I would be a person you could call for that as well. I'd be happy to consider these kind of options, and all these things and more, including, but not limited to, Flash and web development, which I've been doing for over a decade, for a variety of big clients, some of whom still exist, by the way, just to set that record straight. Not all of the companies I've done work for have gone defunct, despite what you might have heard. If the only thing you're familiar with me doing is Moss Puppet, I would invite you to go check out my site, Hogworks Studios, which is hogworks.com. The URL should be just above my hands. See some of the other work I've done for a variety of clients, both just personal and professional. See the other shows that I've done, which, to be fair, most of them are just for my own interest, because I'm kind of obsessive. But in a good way, because I get the job done. I'm an obsessive person who gets a job done, and I could be doing an obsessive job for you if you pay me. So if you go to the site, or already have an idea of some way that you could utilize my services in exchange for filthy lucre, please let me know by sending me an email at brian@hogworks.com, and we can talk about it. If you have an idea in particular, if you have a general kind of sense of, you want something but you don't know what, I can give you an idea, because what I'm good at here is justifying a paycheck. So if you tell me the money you have, and I will tell you the way that you can justify giving it all to me. That's the main thrust of what I am saying and what this video add-on is. So I would like to thank you for your time. I hope I hear from you. And for those 3 of you who have not skipped this video, the end of it, 3 minutes ago, and are watching either the skateboarding dog or the surprised kitten or the fail blog where the kid gets hit in the face with a punching bag after hitting the punching bag, which if you haven't seen is pretty spectacular. I appreciate your determination, and I would like to wish you a happy rest of day, though I do fear that the preceding episode of Moss Puppet has finally succeeded in destroying what remains of your ability to have a normal human relationship. And I would apologize for that, but to be fair, it's kind of the point of the show.